How you guys doing? Welcome to Module 3. Okay, so what do we have so far? We have completed our concept development for our 3 icons assignment. We've had a couple of discussions now regarding icons. That is attendance discussion for week 1, and then, of course, the attendance discussion for week 2. Now, Sunday, January 20th was the due date for your conceptual development for the 3 icons project. So your thumbnail sketches should have been submitted by last night, January 20th. Now, a couple of students had submitted a bit earlier, so I just want to give some quick reactions to this, what I've seen so far in the submissions. I'm going to jump over to Module 1 real quick so I can just go over this. But in Module 1, we introduced the assignment. So if we jump down here in Module 1, let's just go to Module 1 Agenda, and let's jump down to where we had introduced that assignment right down here at the bottom of the page. Okay. Now note there is a written synopsis here for requirements regarding a written portion of the assignment. Describe the reasoning behind your color choices. Colors must work together. Then also over here, please submit a written rationale including your choice of emotion, an animal, an object, and describe the shapes you will use to symbolize. Them, giving reasoning behind your choices of shape, indicate the colors, and give reasoning behind your choices of colors. Now, I noticed that a couple of students had submitted work without this written requirement. So this is required, guys. The written portion is required. What you see right down here at the bottom of each page summarizes the assignment that's upcoming. And whatever is listed here is fair game. This is what you are going to be graded on. So if it says to submit a written rationale, then you will be held accountable for the written rationale, right? Makes sense, right? Okay, let's jump. So, so week 1, we talked about, we introduced icons and symbols, and we talked about the reasoning why we communicate using icons and symbols, specifically as it relates to graphic design and design projects, and why do we establish this kind of shorthand language. That was all covered in Milestone 1. And then if we jump to Milestone 2, we see that we had gotten into icons in Milestone 2. So we jump over to Module 2 Agenda. We've got what makes a great icon. And then we've got several examples here and plenty of lecture links and videos in that regard. Then, of course, we had our week 2 attendance question. I do want to address that, guys. Attendance questions. Now, if you've noticed, during week 3, I had added a minimum requirement for the attendance discussion. It's a 200, I think that's 200 word minimum now. And the reason I did that, guys, is because some students are just submitting 1-sentence responses. So that's not telling me exactly that, that I'm not convinced that you have read with a 1-sentence response for the attendance discussion board question. A simple 1-sentence response could indicate that you came in here, read a paragraph, and submitted. So I need to make sure that you're keeping abreast of the course material. So I have added that minimum requirement. I've also added the requirement to participate in the attendance discussion board by responding to 2 of your classmates' posts. And that's as simple as just, giving your reaction to their response. Make it a substantive response. Don't just say, hey, I like that you said this. Really try to give some sort of meaningful dialogue in contribution to the discussion board in your response posts for your attendance discussions. Again, moving forward, we do have minimum word count associated with the attendance discussion boards. We also have the requirement to respond to at least 2 of your classmates' posts. Okay, Module 3, what do we have going on, guys? Well, Module 3, so next week at the end of Module 3, you're going to, or at the end of Module 4, you are going to submit your final design. This week, you're going to submit your, we jump over here. This is Module 2 agenda. So right here, you can see that this assignment is due by the Sunday of Module 3. And this is your digital roughs for your icon project. Okay, so the rough should show the final solution to a very high degree, but expect there will be changes made after comments and critique. So And then I kind of want to jump over here into week 3. Okay, see what's going on this week. So, introduction, we were talking about the icons assignment, developing our digital final for the icons. Remember, the digital file should be professionally printed, mounted, and presented. I'm going to go over that in a second. So let's jump down here and talk about what is due at the end of week 4 for your final presentation submission for the 3 icons project. Your digital final should be a cohesive, highly polished final product, including the 3 icons rendered out to completion using Adobe Illustrator. Your final design should be professionally printed and mounted on 6x6 black presentation foam core presentation board and photographed. Final presentation should be a 2-page PDF file with the final digital icons shown on page 1, and then labeled for identification. And then you're going to show on page 2, you're going to go show photographs of the mounted final presentation. All right, what does that mean? That means for your final 3 icons, you're going to present them in their final stage. You'll have a 1-page that has your 3 icons, okay? So it's your object, your animal, and your emotion. So right underneath the icon, make sure that you label them emotion, object, or animal, okay? And then the first page of the PDF for the final presentation will be just your final digital renderings of those final icons. Okay, then what you're going to do is you're going to take those final icons, you're going to print them out at something less than 6x6. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to print them out, each one differently, okay, and you're going to mount them on a 6x6 black presentation board. So foam core, I think, is the best. So if you go to your craft store and ask for foam core or black presentation board, you should be able to find that readily. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut out your 6x6, 6-inch by 6-inch black foam core. And then what you're going to do is you're going to present your final icon on each of the 3 icons on black presentation board. So the first thing you would do is you would have a 6x6 black foam core presentation board. You will take and print your icon for your emotion, okay, trim it, and then mount it on the black presentation board. Then you'll do the same thing for all 3 of the icons, the animal, the emotion, and the the object. So the final project will be submitted as a 2-page PDF. On the first page, we'll have your 3 icons labeled. On the second page, you will have photographs. On the second page, you're just going to have your photographs of your presentation boards with the final icons mounted on those presentation boards. You can shoot them at any angle. You can shoot them as many times as you want. I would say give at least 2 different angles for each presentation, for each icon. So you would get like a straight shot and a 3/4 shot. So basically, we're just looking for photographs on the second page of the PDF for the presentation. We're looking for photographs of your mounted icons on white background that is mounted to a 6x6 black presentation board. So in other words, you print your icons on white paper, trim those out, mount those to the 6x6 black presentation. Okay, that's it for week 3. This is pretty self-explanatory, guys. I think the videos, there's a lot this week. It has all to do with critique and how important critique is to the design process. It's important to know that students that possess good critical and analytical skills get promoted earlier and more often than their counterparts that don't possess those same skills. And that's true. That's a fact. So you really want to cultivate your abilities to a very high degree, want to cultivate your abilities for critique and analysis regarding commenting on your classmates' work. Okay, so this whole lecture this week is about feedback. Okay, so then we have our attendance question. I'm going to be pushing 10 minutes here, so I'm going to cut it short. Based on a module lecture, using a minimum of 200 words, please describe in your own words why the critique process plays a role of extreme importance in graphic design. And then please respond to at least two of your classmates' posts. Okay, guys, so that's what I have for this week. So again, don't forget, you will be working on your final, but your final's not due until Sunday of week 4. Okay, so but during this week, you will have the Sunday of this week. You're going to have your digital comps ready for submission. All right, guys. Any questions at all? Please let me know. I'll be glad to clarify. Thank you very much.